My favorite moment, I mean, winning San Diego was obviously, a high, and it was awesome, and I was pumped, but I think just showing up at Anaheim won, with a team, with a uniform, with a semi, with a bike, with graphics, all the things that you really take for granted. And we've just had a blast, right from that beginning to now, 14 in. I think we've stayed consistent within the team. We haven't had any fire drills. We're having fun, and we're bringing it.
There's probably two of my favorite moments. Probably the Phoenix one, to win that one, especially after the long layoff. That was pretty special to me because, they thought I could win. Nobody really gave me a shot to win again. And then last weekend in St. Louis, obviously it was special for me just because it was another race win, but just all the stuff I've been going through the last 8 weeks, on and off the track. And for me, it's been a life-opening kind of experience. So for me, it was more like, you're just happy to get a win just from my whole team. Those guys are putting so much effort into it. It was weighing on all of us, and it was special for me.
Looking back on the races that we've raced, but I'd say probably Dodger, basically because I didn't get the greatest of starts and just caught up past everybody, put a little pressure on James, and he went down, and I was able to get that win there. So as for just the race itself, it was a pretty big weekend for me, doing what I did and coming from where I came from.
Being in Toronto, getting that first win of the season was definitely cool. There's been a lot of changes at Suzuki with Roger leaving and new team manager Mike Webb coming in, and it was just cool to see, not only for myself, but for the excitement that the team had and getting that first one. And you can tell it really meant a lot to him. And we all worked so hard together, and to be able to celebrate it together was definitely rewarding.
Honestly, the biggest thing that surprised me is how inconsistent it has been. I just thought, usually with me and Chad in there, normally if you have this many screw-ups, the season would have been done by Daytona. You just can't afford that many crashes and that. So with this year, I always kind of joke around. I'm like, man, it seems like nobody wants to win it. Everybody, a guy DNFs here, bike malfunction, this and that. So that's probably been the biggest surprise, is that nobody's really been just consistent every weekend, and that's why we're so always close.
Probably the one thing that I would say is surprised me more than anything is really myself. Like, I felt that, normally I'm consistent, and I feel like this year I've been consistently inconsistent, and that's really how everybody's been. The fact that, Ryan Villapoto never qualified for a main event, while leading the points is just crazy. Just something that's kind of never really happened. I don't know if it's ever happened before. It seems like 2011 Supercross season is just being at an all-time record, for 5 guys to have adversity, at some point during the season. So it's been fun, but then it's been kind of like, what's going on here? It's like it is being pretty crazy and a little bit abnormal.
The thing that impressed me the most throughout this whole Supercross season is that there are the 5 guys that are all coming down to the wire, within 20 points, I believe. And not only that, I think off the track, there's a lot of talk. It's given something to people to talk about, the fans. Our stadiums are more packed, and people are interested in having fun. And I think I've been in this sport for, this is my 5th year pro, and I've never seen the excitement out of the fans like I have this year, and that's really cool to see. As far as on the track, it's definitely been tough and challenging, but I think it's something to be a part of that. It's throughout my whole career, I've had to work for everything I've ever had, and that's the only way I would want it. So that's what we're going to continue to do.